Well, it's time now to welcome a man that achieved more in a few years span than many of us have achieved in our lives. From having a near-death experience to becoming an international TV star and earning the title of American Gladiator Grand Champion. Now, years later, this man is having his amazing story told on ESPN in the 30 for 30. I'm talking about none other than Wesley Berry, a.k.a. Two Scoops.
What's happening? What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, fantastic, man. Just like Lazarus, I feel like I'm resurrected once again, you know.
Resurrected, you are back. And not from the dead, but you are back.
I'm back.
The first thing I have to take first, you performed in American Gladiators back in the 90s. Now, ESPN is doing this 30 for 30, telling your story. How is it kind of reliving what you went through back, that's what, 30 years ago?
30 years ago. Well, during that time, you got to remember, television wasn't like social media. Everybody ran home to watch American Gladiators, Martin Lawrence, and Live in Color. Those was the days. So we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
We had good TV, family-style television, and the Gladiators just happened to be the first reality TV, if you would, non-scripted, mano-a-mano type of a competition, and it just took off like a wildfire.
So as you're seeing ESPN showing this, over the past couple of weeks, what kind of emotions does that bring up? Because I would think, to me, that I would get excited, maybe sad. It'd be eerie in a sense, no?
Well, I guess for me, I'm just a level type of person. But for my family, my wife, you know what I'm saying, I call her Queen. You know what I'm saying? That's the love of my life. My wife and my sis Trish. For them, they're excited. They doing backflips. To me, it's just another day in the office, man.
It's just another day office? That's it?
Just another day in the office, man.
All right. So we're looking at some of the video. You competed against other contestants. Now, I wonder about this, like the physical abilities that you showed in this. How did you train for some of the stuff you did with American Gladiators? As far as, they had like the gauntlet, the hanging, the one that with the power ball was almost like basketball/football. I mean, did you do a lot of weightlifting? You do Pilates? I mean, what'd you do to train?
No Jane Fonda, but just basic calisthenics, because in watching the show, I noticed that they build these events around 60-second spurts. So you have to be able to do something fast and recover. So I just trained doing what we call suicides, up downs from football, push-ups, pull-ups, just a basic standard thing. And knowing that I was going to compete against gladiators, what's that? I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood where the OGs go to prison, during the wintertime, and they come home during the summertime with big old arms because they've been just lifting weights, sleeping and eating. That's what they've been doing. So I've been dealing with gladiators all my life.
Wow. Yeah. So at the time, I wonder about this because I lift weights. I work out and play sports, all that kind of stuff. But to me, gymnasts and people that can do push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that, that's on another level. Could you do, how many pull-ups do you think you could have done back in the day in a row?
Well, for just the tryouts, you had to do 30 pull-ups in 60 seconds. And it was hang and bang, hang and bang, hang and bang, hang and bang, hang and bang. And if you didn't do that, then you was disqualified. Then you had 10 seconds to do a 20-foot rope climb. And then you had to run a 40-yard dash at least in 6 seconds. Then you had to do at least 45 sit-ups in 60 seconds. So they had everything that was so fast, and people were getting eliminated by the thousands.
Yeah.
So when I showed up, the lines for American Idol was the lines for American Gladiators.
So for people that are watching this, the youngins that are out there watching this, that puts it in perspective. That really, really, really puts it in perspective. That's wow.
Yeah, I mean, and the prize money was just something that you couldn't even fathom.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that you're not finna give away $100,000 in cash and prizes.
You're not gonna give me that.
I showed up and trying to put my name on the check. They like, he is so arrogant. I said, man, I didn't show up to get your autograph. I showed up to get the check. And if you standing in the way, I'm about to let you have it, man, at 5,000%. I'm not playing.
5,000%. Yeah. So during some of the interviews, I love that you would talk about 5,000%. Like that's how much percentage you're going to give, how much effort you're going to give in whatever activity that you're going in.
Yeah, all the time. See, I tell people, they say give it 100%. 110% is just warm up.
Yeah.
For me.
For you.
So I think I have to raise the bar for myself. And if I may, so one of my friends, through my wife,
he didn't jump the gun. I'm getting there, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, my feet was cold, man. You know what I'm saying? So my guy, Macho, he hooked me up. You know, he said, man, I got the drip for you.
I like those.
On the side, I know you're gonna bring up. These are the years that I won. On the tip of this thing right there, it says, you know, American Gladiators, and it has 10,000% right there.
10,000%.
10,000%. And we ain't talking about Mr. Michael Jordan. We talking about 2 scoops, man.
Scoops,
it's about
man.
the scoops, man.
I like those shoes. So first of all, so you won American Gladiator. You got some. I don't know if I'm holding. He just took these off his feet. But anyway,
they brand spanking new, man. Them things right there smell like baby powder, man.
Crispy, huh?
Crispy, man. Look at the bottom of it. You don't see no dirt on the bottom of them things.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Listen, scrambled egg. I'm eating it off the bottom of them, man.
So you got the shoes because you
Got
won
the
American
kicks.
Gladiator back in 93, 94, 95.
Indeed.
You also, we'll go ahead and talk about it now. You also got yourself the championship belt. I mean, forget about Floyd Mayweather or Hulk Hogan. You got yourself, or The Rock, you got a championship belt from the Gladiators.
See, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Listen, with all this new reality TV show and everybody talking smack, I respect Floyd Mayweather, who want to be, 50-0?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's a little light in the underwear.
He's light in the cakes.
He's kind of light in the cake. But however, he's got belts. I got one too. But mine's got bling bling in mine. His belt ain't got no bling bling. I got the real drip. Zim on in there. You see that? That's real. Those are not Zubrik zirconiums, man.
That's not?
These are not Zubrik zirconiums.
Zubrik zirconiums.
Right, not CZs. You know what I'm saying? You can see these, not the CZs. And then on this belt, they gave it to me for the anniversary. And I just accidentally seen how much they paid for the belt, and it just tripped me out. So,
wow.
Yeah. So if I get broke or something, I'm taking this to the pawn shop, man.
Oh, you can go ahead and sell that. Can I hold it for a little bit?
Sure, by all means. If you run, I'm gonna have to tackle you, man.
I'm not that fast. I'm not that. It's heavy too. Okay, all right. You got the championship belt.
Yeah, championship belt.
So you also, when you won the Gladiators, you won it the 3 different times. But I also mentioned in the Open that you were an international star. So they took American Gladiators and they did international. So you went over to England as well and competed, right? Oh, you spanked them?
It spanked them, man. See, you know, pounds were heavier than dollars.
Okay.
So the winners of America, what happened was they had all the winners from the regular Gladiators come back, and they did Champion of Champions.
Okay.
And the winner of the Champions would then go on to Birmingham, England, and enter into the first international Gladiator title.
Yeah.
Spanked them.
You went over there and just did your thing.
Spanked them.
2 scoops over there.
Spanked them, man. Yeah, I gave them 2 scoops. Only 2 scoops, but it was 2 scoops at 20,000%. So what happened was when they gave me
5,000, 20,000 now.
I mean, for you kids who have never traveled, when they gave me the check, it had a 50 on it, 50,000 pounds. So I'm thinking, when I go into the bank, that they just gonna give me $50,000.
Yeah.
The man said, "Did you want cash or a check?" I said, "I need all cash." He said, "Well, could you come back in like 15 minutes because we need some time to put this together?" I said, "Man, it's only $50,000." He said, "Excuse me, sir?"
He said it's only 50,000.
Only 50. He says, "No, this is not 50, sir." He says, "This is $105,000. I said, "Run me my money."
Run me my cash.
Run me my cash.
Okay, run me my cash. All right. So you also, I love this piece. I might have to have you lead us here for me doing my Sports Night interviews and whatnot, but you got a Gladiator helmet?
Long before Russell Crowe, man. So what
Yeah.
happened was there was a company that had heard that, you know, I was a Gladiator champion, and they decided to gift me my own Gladiator helmet. I went in, they molded it, and I mean, you could fit it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, indeed, for me, it really meant something because I had to triumph over some adversities just to get on the show. You got to remember, I was burned 3rd-degree burns over 50% of my body.
Which is wild.
Just trying to be a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
And then with that, will I recover? I don't know. You know, so me and Fire, we're very acquainted with each other. I think Fire is my other wife.
You were forged, you were forged in the fire.
And I like that.
You like that?
Forged in the fire, I like that.
I wish I made that up, but yeah. So, in talking about that, you were burned over 50% of your body,
yes,
and you were being a good Samaritan. You were trying to help somebody with their car, had some difficulties, and it blew up and whatnot.
Bam, blew up.
How much time had passed between when you had gotten burned to the time when you actually started to compete for the American Gladiators? Was it
about 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah, it was a 2-year extension. So it happened in '88, and then '90, I was able to get a little bit more movement, and I tried out on the Gladiators in the year of '92.
That's wow. So in having the ESPN do the 30 for 30 right now, and show and it's been going crazy in there. I mean, it's been running and running. I mean, I'm sure you're getting all kinds of phone calls and everything else. What kind of opportunities have arisen from kind of getting your name back out there? I mean, again, this was 30 years ago. You still got crispy shoes, you got the belt, you got the helmet.
Yeah.
And now, what kind of opportunities have you had since then?
Well, just recently, I would say my team, and led by my wife and my sister and a few others, John Buggs, who is the producer of Blind Spotting. We had a red carpet event just on...
I remember you told me about that. It was a day of a game or something like that.
Yeah, no, we just had the red carpet event on just this past Friday.
Yeah.
Gladiators came out. We walked the red carpet, step and repeats. You know, we had a lot of celebrities come through, and I celebrated them instead of them thinking they was coming to celebrate me. You know, and that's what you do when you feel that you're a king and you're the royalty of a divine creator. I mean, it's like my sweatsuit to say, "King me, I'm royalty." You know,
yeah,
and
I need one of those.
It's not arrogance. It's just that if God says that I'm royalty, then I'm royalty, and with royalty comes a responsibility. You know, but so along with that, I've been getting a lot of DMs, and I got a particular DM, and it said, "Hey, you know, we would like to have you come out, you know, to our burn center and blase, blase." I'm like, I got 20 of those already. So I said, if you're real, give me your home number and let me see what your website is.
Yeah.
Indeed, they dropped it. I called them on the phone. The guy's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of yours." And I'm like, "Hold on, Kimosabi. Hold on. Let's get to the particulars."
Yeah.
He said, "Hold on 1 minute." He called the CEO on the phone. He says, "When you get through checking it out, you check it out." He says, "But I'm willing to do, if you're willing to come up and talk to my 305 doctors." He says, "I will send my G5 to pick you and your staff up.
That's
fly
not a
you
car.
Up. No, it's not a car. G5 is a Gulfstream 5. I'm talking about something that's flying at almost about 1,800 miles. That fast right there, man. All plush and velvet, you know what I'm saying? Kick your feet up, you know. I've been on them before, but when you sending it,
Yeah.
that's why I tell people the joy of doing unto others as you would others do unto you is so amazing. And I'll say this with mad respect. The Word of God says this, and I'm not preaching religion. It's the Bible of wisdom. It says, your gift will make room for you and carry you before great people.
Okay.
So I tell people all the time, I don't own a private jet, but God has allowed me to fly with people that have them. I don't own palaces, but my wife and my team, we stay in them. You know, I don't have a Rolls Royce, but people gift me their Rolls Royce for the weekend. Why? Because my energy is love.
Man, I need to work on my energy.
It's the love. It's the love.
It's the love.
School can't teach you this.
I heard that. I'm absorbing game. That's how you do it, right?
I like that. Yes, sir.
Absorbing game.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had the near
See,
death.
there's the pictures. The pictures are up.
Yeah, so you had the near death experience with the burns all over your body, which is wow, man. That you have gone from that to this.
Yes.
The video of you winning the American, and you were fast. You played football growing up.
Yeah, I played football growing up just in Pop Warner.
Okay.
And it's funny that you see. I don't want the Raiders to get upset.
Yeah.
Because I got some friends that I trained that are Raiders.
All right.
But I'll say it this way: that I own a Super Bowl ring. I have a rugby championship. So through American Gladiators, Mike Adamley, rest in peace, asked me if I ever played football on a big level, and I told him no.
Yeah.
So this is encouraging for all those kids who want to go to the next level. You just can never give up. You have to use the talents and the gifts that God has given.
Okay.
So I went and tried out for an arena football team called Tampa Bay Storm and didn't make it.
Okay.
So a voice was whispering in my head, use your gift and your talent. I am one of the first ones to ever jump over a car without ever touching it. That's what my neighborhood fame was. They would bet me I couldn't jump over a car, and I would run and jump over the car. I mean, if we could take the camera crew outside and there was a car out there, I could jump it. I'm gonna have to stretch first. That's why I wear compression socks and I use, muscle rub.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got
But nevertheless, that's how I wind up making on an arena football team, and it's facts. I'm not telling your people some smoke. It's just real.
Yeah.
And I played on Fort Worth Cavalry. That was the first team. Then after that, I went overseas and played on the Taipei Dragons. From the Taipei Dragons, I wind up getting picked up on the Niners, 94-95, bling, bling. Niners, we go. We beat and defeat San Diego.
San Diego, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like 55 or
Junior
something.
Seau, rest in peace. I was an honorary pallbearer, at his funeral. And then after that, I didn't get picked up by Minnesota Vikings. I went overseas and played rugby. They wrote it in. I have a book, Brian. I'll show you the book. They just wrote a book. I got on that team. 4,000 people come just to watch me play. What happens? We win. What happens? Championship.
So wherever you go, championships, rings and things.
It's got to happen.
It follows you.
It follows me because I'm the type of person, no matter what status, I'm willing to risk my life to save somebody else's life. And there's testimony out there. Recently, there was a lady that was at a party. She was walking down the street. Somebody got out their vehicle and didn't put it in park. The SUV started rolling down the street. I started running up the street screaming. The lady didn't hear me. When I got close enough, I pushed her out the way. The car pinned me. The SUV hit me and pinned me between two cars. People had to pull me from underneath the vehicle. All I had was some knee damaged. You know what I'm saying? But I just told me, like, why you do that? I said, that's just in me to do it.
Man, so you must have hurt the car if it hit you.
It probably did.
You probably dented the car.
It hurt it. I called my wife and she was screaming, ah! I said, hey, that's just what I do.
Man, that's just, you told me a story earlier about how you saved a child from a burning building.
Yes, so
on
30 for 30, Sabre tells the story about one day we're playing basketball and there's a house on fire, and the grandmother comes out screaming that the little kid is still in the house. So so I tell Sabre, I'm gonna put the water hose around me, and I'm going in. If I don't make it, just pull me out, But so I go in and I hear the kid screaming. I don't know what room it was, but I grabbed the kid and I tugged the water hose, and Sabre pulls me out the room, and we saved the day. And the paramedics, when they come, they do the oxygen for the smoke ventilation. After that, we went right back and played basketball as if nothing happened.
So you get emotional when you tell that story.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because the child lived.
Yeah.
But I mean, you nearly did not, and it's another experience with fire, and you had already been through burning 50% of your body, and you were going to risk yourself to save a child that you didn't even know whether or not the child was even really in there or what happened with the child, but you didn't know the family or anything like that.
Right.
Did it anyway.
I do things sometimes, and it makes my wife upset because she says, babe, you just get involved. You just go all gas, no brake. I said, but I don't know how to do that when it comes down to helping people or saving people. I just have one speed. 10,000%, go.
See, that's how things come full circle, baby, right? They come full circle. And with that being said, nowadays, what is Two Scoops doing? I know that you've done bodyguard work, right?
Yes.
You're originally from Louisiana, lived in Los Angeles as well,
Correct.
and now live here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So what's taking up Two Scoops time besides being, once again, a star and flying on G5s to go talk to doctors?
Well, I'll tell you this, and I hope I'm not boring your fans, but I tried to get on American Ninja Warriors here in Las Vegas where I live. They told me to my face, and I got the documentation, you cannot get on this show because you've already won a show. I said, but I thought you want the best of the best. And I have a video that's on YouTube where they sent one of their guys to Mike Waters' gym at Phase 1.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And Mike and everybody's gym was packed. They set up some obstacles, us going against each other. And when it got down time for the wall, I smashed him.
Still doing it.
Up the wall real quick.
Man, and you are not 30 years ago a kid. Somebody told me that you just had a birthday, and you are how old?
I'm 57, man, and I'm still super, baby. Y'all see that, man, right there, man, right there, man. This is 57, and I'm still super, man.
And I'm assuming the person that you beat was not 57 years old.
He was 24 years old, and I spanked him. I spanked him.
That sounds like me and Jesse, who works here, other sports guy.
Everybody's not cut like I am. See, here's the thing, right? Some people talk about being a gladiator, and some people just really are a gladiator. So whenever, I have an opportunity to go in my think tank, this is my think tank. And I'm gonna give a shout out to the Golden Knights. Hey, Golden Knights, listen, man, in Vegas, we ain't got nothing but some champions. Floyd Mayweather, You know what I'm
The
saying?
Las Vegas Aces.
The Las Vegas Aces, they won. They was Gladiators too, you know what I'm saying? So if I got to encourage them, I need to tell the Golden Knights, listen, man, pull your head out of your hockey puck, you know what I'm saying, and let's bring this one home. In the 6 years y'all been here, you've been to the big show, and, y'all need to do it for the people. Stop
playing. Do it for the people, okay.
Stop playing. Do it for the people.
Do it for the people.
And if you guys really respect this, then guess what? You should call me in. I'll put on, I have a Gladiator shield, a sword, the whole 9 yards, and I'll turn up for them. On GP, I'll turn up for them.
Okay. I'll get that message to the Golden Knights. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'll turn up for them.
There you go.
I'll get the crowd hyped. Sometimes you got to bring a champion to talk to people who are inspired to be a champion,
I agree. That's why I brought you here.
I mean, think about it. See, LeBron James said out of his mouth, we're going to be able, we're down 3. We're going to be able to come back.
Why are you bringing that up?
Because I had to, man.
Why are you going to bring that up?
Because I had to. LeBron James should have been at 20,000%. He didn't do it. But look at the other team that was down 3-0. Who was it?
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah.
They walked them down.
Yeah.
They was down 3-0.
Yeah.
They turned into Gladiators, man. They showed what 20,000% looked like.
Okay.
Put up or shut up.
Put it up or shut up. Wesley, 2 scoops buried, a Gladiator champion, the international man of No, I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Man, I appreciate you having me. To everybody that watch your show, I can say this man is very amazing. And, he gives people opportunity to be able to, highlight what they do, the trials and tribulations of just being, who you are, who you're gifted to be. College didn't make me. School didn't make me. I was created by the divine creator, And one thing about anybody who's listening to the show, when you fall down, you have to be a gladiator. You have to be. Because David went up against Goliath with what he had. Mm-hmm. And what he had was a sling and 5 smooth stones, and he defeated the giant.
He was good enough.
Many people is faced with giants right now. The question is stop crying about it. Do something about it, man.
Don't cry about it. Be about it.
They have to, man. They have to.
I bet you didn't think that you were going to get this kind of wisdom on Sports Night here tonight. That's what I'm talking about. 2 scoops.
2 scoops.
2 scoops.
Hey, Floyd Mayweather, listen, if you want to really fight another champ, man, let's do it. What we can do is we can fight, or you can pick somebody in your group to fight me. Let's do a charitable event. Let's take that money and let's give it to the Children's Burn Center, of Nevada. I'm willing to do that. Roy Jones Jr., let's do a charitable event. And you're a champion, I'm a champion. I'm an old school guy. You're an old school guy. So I'm going to say this right now. Listen, I got enough in my tank, for somebody just like, the guy that I just talked about. Did you hear the name that I called out?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
I'll put my Gladiator helmet up. I'll put my belt up. And if need be, I'll even put up these shoes by Macho, my sneakers. Can you hear me now? Who's on the phone? Well, Roy Jones don't want the smoke. He don't
want the smoke?
He don't want the smoke.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. I don't want the smoke neither. I want him as a guest, but I don't want the smoke. 2 scoops. My
Yes,
G.
sir. Appreciate you, my man.